Kevin Herter. At small forward, DeAndre Hunter. At center, Clint Capella. At the other forward position, John Collins. At the other guard position, Trae Young. And then goes the visiting team is the Warriors. And now introducing your Los Angeles Clippers. In the middle, at 7'0", number 40, Ivica Zubac. At the point, 6 feet 1 inches, number 21, Patrick Beverly. At the power forward position, standing 6'8", number 31, Marcus Morris. Starting at the other guard, standing 6'8", number 13, Paul George. The other forward position, at 6'6", number 2, Kawhi Leonard.
Hi everyone, thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. NBA action is coming up. This is Kevin Harlan joined by Greg Anthony. And here's a look at some numbers for Morris.
And guys, he's regressed a little bit offensively. He hasn't been the same this month as he was earlier in the season. He's lacking the edge that he had, and he needs to change his mindset. Stop sitting back and get into attack mode.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Young and Herter make up the back, and it's Capella in at the 5 spot. And for the Clippers, we got Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Zubac in at the center, filling out the middle. Well, Smitty, we're coming down the stretch here. Talk about the mental toughness needed to finish a season strong.
You know, I think you got to have that. Everybody talk about the game physically, guys making shots. And we all know there's some teams and players, they all do that well. But who's the tough team that can get through the tough times? That's when you see the teams that can get over the hump and you start to say, I like that team.
And that one's good, George.
And there's never been any question about George's three-point range. He just goes through stretches where he knocks down the 3 at a ridiculous rate.
Capella against Zubac. Young inside. He's coming off a 31-point game against New York.
He's fearless. Trae Young knows he's probably going to take contact, and it doesn't matter at all.
Puts one up from 19. A rebound by Young. Here's Herter, defended by George. 1:53 left in the first quarter of the game. Pass to Leonard. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That's on Clint Capella.
Mistake by the defender, fouling a very good free throw shooter in Kawhi. I mean, those huge hands of Kawhi Leonard give him great control of the ball. Very sparing with his turnovers.
And the first one at the line is good. And for Kawhi, he never seems like he's forcing the issue offensively.
I mean, he has studied the post games of Michael Jordan, and being able to score at all 3 levels has made the game easy. With his strength and his turnaround jumper, he can get his shot off with ease.
Young's shot is off.
Easy chance for mid-range. Wouldn't be surprised to see them run that play again.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Young passes to Capella. For 3. Goes back up. And the rejection by Zubac. And here we go. George heading to the hoop. And George with the stuff.
And hustle paid off there for George in the open court. Gets up court in a flash and finishes before the D can even react.
Young from outside. He is hauled in by Los Angeles. Victory eluded them last time in Atlanta when they faced the Hawks.
Yeah, and looking back at their last game against this club, they were badly out-rebounded.
And here are the Clippers now. Leonard on the wing. Over Hunter. Again, the Clippers.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Herter. And the rejection by Zubac. Beverly, the pass to George. Offensive rebound. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
And Atlanta calls their first time out of the game. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played. Here's T. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. And Carter has it in the corner. Here's Bembry. Drops in the layup for two.
Hustle points count just like any others. That's a great play.
Williams inside. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And that does it for the first quarter. Clippers lead by 9. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the... Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He described...
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing with really being down and out. You know, I saw her fight back. That was enough for me.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
We've got Marcus Morris. Jackson is out there with Williams. Then there's Landry Shamet. And it's Green in at the 5 down low. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the Hawks said they were going to be patient when they rebuilt their team, and they were going to do it through the draft, and they've stuck to that script. Now, Trae Young is probably the biggest name, but Atlanta's added a lot of great young talent the last 3 years. There's John Collins, Kevin Herter, and in 2019, the Hawks added 3 more good young players in the draft. DeAndre Hunter, Cam Reddish, and Bruno Fernando. Things are looking up in Atlanta.
I would think so, too. On paper, it looks good. We'll see if it materializes. D.A., thank you as always. And, of course, there's no questioning Cam Reddish's talent level. Greg, he has a high ceiling.
Yeah, I mean, great size, length, the fluidity as an athlete. He can make an impact at both ends of the floor, shoots the 3 well for a young player, and you love his ability to match up, really 1 through 5.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here.
A big key to the Clippers' recent surge, the development of Montrezl Harrell. His activity and his ability to score have been infectious for this team, and he also can be very intimidating.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Zubac is checked in for Green. Leonard comes in for Landry Shamet. Paul George is checked in for Williams. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Reggie Jackson. Reddish the pass to Hunter. Outside Collins. Young with no one around. Another three for Atlanta. And the Clippers getting Harrell in that Chris Paul deal. Turned out to be a decent trade for both teams.
You're totally right. The Rockets already had Capella. Harrell was sort of a redundant in terms of skill set. And you can only have one rim runner on the floor before you began to compromise spacing.
And that one goes long. Los Angeles leading by 6. And Trae Young gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for Reddish. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Leonard, that's for 2. A good-looking shot from the wing. Leonard's got 8 points.
The offensive versatility of Kawhi, able to rise up and hit the jumper there with confidence.
Pass to Fernando. Here's the floater. Morris with the rebound. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. George looking over the floor.
And really, Hunter can guard every position. This is something that makes him incredibly valuable.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks so much. Kawhi, you seem to be so at ease out there. How much is that helping your game?
It's helping me out a lot. Just coming in the game relaxed, just with more intensity. I mean, my teammates are getting me involved in the offensive end. I'm playing great on defense. We just got to keep it up second half and not let it up.
Hey, Kawhi, thank you very much for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. From the get-go, it was the Clippers who came out strong, showing tremendous urgency and a ton of energy. They got out on a masterful 13-2 run to start out. And it was a 9-point lead for them as they finished the first quarter. Momentum shifted slightly in the second quarter, causing them to lose some traction, but they still ended the half up by 8. And let us get your thoughts, big fella, on the Clippers.
Well, we all appreciate the toughness of Kawhi Leonard. Nothing phases him mentally. Wears you down physically, always focused, always competing. Terrific first half.
Talk to me, Kenny. How did you think Atlanta played?
Their inaccuracy from behind the arc was moving. Shot selection, I didn't see any. The perimeter offense they're running, you could scrap that. They need to get back to the basics. Pound it inside, or pick and roll. Try to pick up some easy buckets in transition.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back, Kevin Harlan.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
At the defensive end, who are the best players in the league at selling a charge call?
I would say Kyle Lowry is one of my favorites. Marcus Smart, PJ Tucker. Those are the guys that come to mind that do it well. They take charges and also they sell it.
Yeah, Tucker in particular, and I love Lowry, but Tucker's, he'll take it, and you know it hurts, but he takes it every game and multiple times a game, right? I mean, wow.
Yes, indeed.
On the court for Atlanta, Young and Huerter make up the backcourt. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4, and it's Capella in at the 5.
Kawhi has made a living of making and taking contested jumpers.
Passes to Huerter. And And here is Hunter. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And it's on a bounce to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. Jermichael Green, he's checked in for the Clippers. Jackson comes in for Patrick Beverly. And the Clippers have possession. Kicks it out to Leonard. Oh, good on the triple. The Hawks trail by 4. And he may not have gotten the same attention as some of the other picks back in the 2017 draft break, but John Collins out of Wake Forest has been outstanding thus far in his career.
Really one of the league's best kept secrets. Tremendous athleticism, also great hands, and just has a knack for moving to the open spot around that rim.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles, Landry Shamet comes in for Ivica Zubac. Lou Williams is subbed in for Paul George. Williams against Carter. Puts it up from 12, and he gets the bucket.
Doing great things at the offensive end. 3 for 4 to start this half.
And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Williams. Leonard's got 4 this quarter.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Lou Williams won Sixth Man of the Year for the 3rd time last season. He joined Kevin McHale and Detlef Schrempf as the only players to win the award in consecutive seasons. And with the most career points ever scored off the bench, maybe they should just name this award after him. Kevin?
David, I'm all for it. Thank you so much. And boy, is he in good company. That shot misses. Good work defensively by Carter. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for the Hawks. They trail by 6. Now, here's Dedmon. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yes, let's look on the bright side. You got a great look. It's a play that you might want to go back to again.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game time. And Carter has it in the corner. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. And that's now 6 points for Vince Carter. Here's Leonard, and it's Leonard with the jam.
I'll tell you what, when Kawhi knifes his way to the rim, it's next level.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Wow, take care of the basketball. Something he did a great job of in the first half, but not so much here in the second.
The 3 from George. Fernando pulls it in. Right wing. Hunter, no one around him. Another 3 for Atlanta.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
You know what? They talked about this at halftime, and they're doing a better job of creating space.
And so it's Los Angeles, holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. Back right after this. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. Beverly and Shamet in the backcourt together. Ivica Zubac is out there with Marcus Morris. And it's George in at the small forward. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
And it's Beverly missing. The Hawks trail by 8. All going up court. Offensive rebound. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
First one falls for Kevin Huerter. He's checked in for Atlanta. And he makes both free throws. And here's Los Angeles now. Here's George, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And there's the foul. This goes against Atlanta.
Shooting for Los Angeles, Paul George. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. The Hawks trail by 7. Young outside, stolen by Zubac. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
I love the patience Beverly has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find.
Atlanta's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Young inside, extended by Beverly. Here's Fernando, and the rejection by Zubac. Now here is George, guarded closer, makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game. And Steve, some classic shoe brands making a return to the NBA with updated versions. Smitty, what was your sneaker of choice back in the day?
Kevin, that's funny. I started off with the pumps, the double pumps, and then I ended up with a shell-toe low top. And then now you see all the youngsters now wearing low tops. They used to tell me back in the day, low tops were not good for your ankles. But I didn't really jump that high, so I was okay. Unselfish, moving the ball. Love to see this kind of offense.
They can take their time on this possession.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. Just give themselves a little bit of a break.
The Hawks trail by 7. Bounce pass Young. Hunter. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got 3 assists now in this one.
Well, we saw this from Hunter in the tournament. When Virginia won the championship, he was a clutch performer.
And the Clippers call time here. They're up by 4. 1:11 left in the fourth quarter. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kawhi Leonard.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good positions. And boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Doc Rivers talking to the team. He was measured in his words. He told his players, look, we're doing a lot of good things out there, really good things. Stay confident and stay positive in your approach. Trying to keep their hopes up, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated.
Few people see the floor as well as Dre. If you're open, he'll find you.
3-pointer. That one, no good. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Leonard, the pass to Morris. Over Collins. Morris, no good.
That's a good opportunity, but he needs to go up a little stronger, in my opinion.
Yes! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And we've talked about Collins becoming a go-to scorer. Important points right there.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. And the Clippers miss again. Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. They trail by 3. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
And it's do or die time. They need a bucket here to stay alive.
Also, interesting choice to be made right here. You need either a 3 or a quick 2 and a foul.
And here's Atlanta. They're on an 11-3 run. Here's Young. Morris with the block.
And a rare block shot from Morris. Anticipates the move and just times it out perfectly.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
And they go to the intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
Yeah, and of course, Marcus with a twin brother, Markeith, went to college together, played in the pros together. You'll have a hard time finding a closer pair of siblings. Clutch free throws there. That should ensure they're going home with the W.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 5. 8 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, what do you think?
An uphill climb. They need everything to break their way.
They also need to get the best shot you can as quickly as you can, and then immediately foul.
And so Los Angeles takes the win. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to. On both ends, just effective in terms of coming away with this win.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where's your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together. And we can just stick to that, keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. Now for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA here on 2K Sports.